Cause I'm a boss.
Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an update on my Divine Feminine Energy series. I believe this is part 5, and I wanted to talk about self-care and how important self-care is. This video is sponsored by Scentbird. They sent me 3 perfumes to try out. Scentbird is a monthly subscription service that gives you the opportunity to sample from over 600 brands in the fragrance, cosmetic, and skincare categories. Scentbird lets you choose a new designer fragrance, works for women and men, to try every month for just $15. Each month you'll get a 30-day supply, which is 120 to 140 sprays. That's way more than you'll get in a sample bottle if you went into Macy's, Ulta, or Sephora. You can upgrade to receive 2 to 3 products a month. So I highly suggest that you would go with a subscription service like Scentbird if you are trying to discover what your Divine Feminine Energy scent will be. And one thing that I did not like was when I went into Macy's, when I went into Ulta, when I went into Sephora, I didn't like how they didn't have all the scents that I wanted to try available to me. So if you go with Scentbird, I mean, it just makes more sense. It's easier on you, and $15 a month is not too expensive. It's pretty affordable, and you could try out all the different fragrances that you're interested in trying when it comes to discovering what your Divine Feminine Energy scent will be. And you won't have to go through the hassle of going from store to store, because that's basically what I did in the beginning. But now I have settled with Scentbird. They reached out to me, and it's just so much easier on me, and I get to take my time with trying to choose what fragrance I really want to go with. Scentbird partners with all the top brands like Prada, Gucci, Tom Ford. They have indie labels as well, and you're getting 100% authentic scents, and that's pretty dope because, you know, you're getting the real thing. You're not getting a knockoff. And they recently just released a skincare option as well on their site, so they have a skincare category that you can look into as well if you're interested in that. Mostly makeup, candles, bath, body products, and things like that. So make sure to, you know, look around on their website if you see something else that you would like. Maybe it could be a part of your self-care routine. But I just really think this is an affordable option where you can take your time with finding the scent that you want for yourself and your Divine Feminine Energy. And also, I'll make sure to leave a discount code in the description box so that you can receive 30% off. So your first month would only be $10. So make sure you check links down below in the description box, and let's go ahead and get into this video. So I'm just going to show you guys what they look like, and it's so cute. It comes in a bag like this, and I love how they come in different color containers. If you watched my part 4, I was trying to settle on a scent that I liked for my Divine Feminine Energy. I was leaning more towards the Mulberry blush, and I opted out of that because, you know, that whole situation, that racist stunt that they pulled, and I was like, oh my god, that cannot be my Divine Feminine Energy. But I really love my favorite. Like, I think I'm gonna make this my scent because I love this scent. So the scent that I have here is called In Full Bloom Blush, and it's by Kate Spade. And oh my gosh, I'm about to spray it. It's like light, and it's just like really grownish, and I don't know, I just feel like really sexy, you know. It's just, oh. So the next one that I have is by Nest Fragrances, and it's Wild Poppy. What does this smell like? This is like a sweeter scent, you know. I like this one too, but this is not my Divine Feminine Energy. It's too sweet, you know. I'm a hot tamale sometimes, so, you know, I could be a little firecracker. This would be a nice little scent for like a special occasion, but I like this one too. Girl, That's real nice. So the next one that I have is in this pink little container here. And this is called Fantasy, and it's by Anna Sui. I really don't like this one. This is probably like my least favorite. Very, very mature smell. You know, I would probably give this to like maybe my grandmother or something. It's like, it's a stronger smell, and it just reminds me of a very mature woman. So maybe for like my older women or something like that, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I really don't like this one. It's very, very grown. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this self-care video. And I honestly want to ask you straight out of the gate, like, what is your self-care routine? Every woman should have a self-care routine. If you don't have a self-care routine, you need to make a self-care routine. So how do you create your self-care routine? Well, first of all, let's start off with, what do you like to do? Me personally, I love to sing, I love to lip sync, I love to draw, I love to paint, I love listening to music, I love cooking, coming up with a new recipe. So I love to do a lot of different things. So I really had to narrow this down when it came to my self-care routine. I had to focus on just the one thing that I absolutely just love. And honestly, my number one thing that I absolutely love, I love spending quality time with myself. And I know that sounds crazy. Sometimes I like to read books. Sometimes I just like to listen to music. But being alone in solitude, and me being an introvert but an extrovert, like I'm probably 50-50. I have to have that time when I go into my solitude. And I'm not saying like this has to be like weeks or months. I'm just saying like for the day, and spend time with myself and just recharge. So that's part of my self-care routine. You need to narrow down what you just love, and me spending time with myself is something that I absolutely love. So even when I get married, start a family, I'm gonna have that as a requirement for my spouse. Like, I'm gonna need that time where I could just go off and do something by myself, even if it's not me doing anything at all. That is part of my self-care, and I just really need someone who is going to be supportive of that, because I think it will help me be a better wife, a better mom. So I just really, really need that time to myself. The next thing that I like to do something beauty related, like maybe a facial, or I will go to like a spa, get my feet done. Or something else that I really, really like to do is do like a mask. I like to do facial masks. I'll do like my skincare routine. I like to do bubble baths. I just like doing things that make me feel very feminine, if that makes sense. So those are the things that I kind of gravitate towards: a spa day, a facial day, a mask day, get my feet done day. Y'all know I don't get my nails done because I can't do acrylics, but I like to do something that really taps into my feminine energy, but also is beauty related, that makes me feel better about myself. Some women like to get their hair done. They like to groom themselves because it makes them feel better. So that is something that you could do. Part of self-care is getting your mind right. Like, what are you doing to get your mind right? So one thing that I like to do, I like to pray. I like to pray, I like to pray, I like to talk to God. And sometimes when I pray, I don't always get on my knees. Sometimes I just speak out loud and I just talk to God, and we have conversations. And with me doing that, I feel reassurance with myself. My mind is like positive vibes, it's just positive energy, and I feel uplifted. Another thing that I like to do to get my mind right, I like to listen to gospel music. I know some of you guys have tuned into my Snapchat or my Insta story, and you guys are like, oh my god, why is this girl listening to gospel music on a Thursday, or why is this girl listening to gospel music on a Tuesday? That is me getting my mind right, because maybe something in my life is just not going right, and so I had to get my mind right. So gospel music is my go-to. It's something that I just have to do. I have to get my mind right through gospel music. I don't know, it's like the lyrics that I hear and I get clarity. And sometimes when life is just hard, or life is just throwing all of these curveballs, me getting my mind right and me telling myself, you know what, you got this, you can get through this. Gospel music is like my go-to, and I just really, really love gospel music. I grew up on gospel music, so it's like the one thing that I do to get my mind right. And then besides praying, listening to gospel music, I like to write out my goals. Me just seeing them on paper and me writing them down, and it just brings some type of reassurance to my purpose and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. It's just so important to me. So writing my goals down, and even if I wrote them down like 10 or 20 times, like I'm writing them down again so I won't forget. And sometimes your goals change because maybe you're changing, you grow, and you go through different growth spurts throughout life. So maybe your goals are changing more frequently. So writing them down and repeating it over and over again, it really helps with getting your mind right. So another thing that I like to do too when it comes to my self-care, when I'm not in that mood of, you know, being alone, I like to spend time with my friends, my girlfriends. That is self-care. Being around your girlfriends and your family too, someone that just loves on you unconditionally. You really need that, because sometimes self-love isn't enough. Sometimes it's okay to get loved on from somebody else, someone that's genuine, someone that shows you unconditional love. So sometimes you just need that. You need that uplifting through the love of someone else. So this pretty much completes my self-care routine, you guys. I want you to comment down below, what is your self-care routine? What uplifts you when you're down? What are things that you do to make yourself feel better? You have to have a routine. This could be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the case may be. You need to routinely do a self-care routine. I don't care if you're a mom of 3, a mom of 5, you have to do your self-care routine. You have to find the time to do it. It's so important to your mental health. It's the least that you can do. And in order for you to be the best mom and mother, you have to give yourself that time to take care of yourself. It's so important, you guys. So comment down below. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know, what is your self-care routine? Let's share our routines with each other so that we can maybe for the first time create our own, or maybe, you know, change some things around with our routine. Maybe we like this idea that you have going on over here, girl, and maybe you like this idea that this other girl got going on, and so you guys combine all 3 or all 2 or whatever the case may be for your self-care routine, so that you can, you know, be your best self. You know, a lot has changed, so I really want you guys to get this same type of energy and get this same change in your life. Subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.